Pass me the Bloody Mary. I need a hangover cure. What's up, nerds? It's your boy, the OGGM, coming to you live on a bright, sunny, blue sky, January 1st, 8:38 in the morning. Welcome to the year 2024, the 50th anniversary of Dungeons and Dragons. It is Monday. It is the first day of a brand new year. Hopefully you have made it all safe and you didn't imbibe too much, and you've got your coffee or your Bloody Mary or whatever with you. I've got coffee, Kuso Coffee, because they're my sponsor. And it's time to head on over to ENWorld to take a look at all the tabletop role-playing game start of the year sales, freebies, and bundles. You know, you had your chance. You had your chance to stop listening to me singing. All you had to do was help me hit 2,000 subs by the end of the year. You still have till tonight, but I don't think we're going to hit 2,000 subs by tonight. So you're stuck with me singing still. Sorry. It's the law. All right, here we go. First, freebies. Just don't be surprised, guys. Don't be surprised if between now and March we see a lot of companies dumping their 5e catalog. Just tossing that out there as a prediction. All right. First off, at Drive-Thru, we have Blood and Spectacles Publishing brings us 1 year of Rokugan, a full campaign for Legend of the Five Rings. Hey, a year-long Legend of the Five Rings campaign. There's a product line that you don't hear about much anymore, right? I mean, Legend of the Five Rings, it kind of shows up for a few months and it's very exciting and like, oh yeah, Legend of the Five Rings, and I bring up my story about the time I played cards with the guy who designed the game, and then it disappears, kind of sinks back down to the bottom of the ocean like Godzilla, and we don't hear about it for a month or even a couple of years, and then it rises up again like a phoenix from old, and then it kind of just disappears. I don't know, man. It's got a weird lifespan. Legend of the Five Rings. For Pathfinder 2nd Edition, J.K. Graves brings us Temple of the Sky Giant, which shouldn't be surprising, is an adventure about a temple that is inhabited by a sky giant. And, stuff evolves with a temple and academics and, volcano. Any adventure with a volcano in it is automatically a winner. Media Stream Press has released their next in the series of the cartography collaboration. It's a one-shot called Arctic Vengeance. It's a D&D 5e adventure that takes place in the Arctic, and malevolent forces are doing stuff, including kidnapping people you know, sending your characters on a wild goose chase through the Arctic wilderness, cold and snow and stuff like that. The Reunited Brothers brings us Beneath the Surface, 4 simple cave encounters for any 5e adventures. Not surprisingly, it is 4 separate cartographied out caves and then adventures written about caves. So that one's got like a bear in it probably. That one's probably got, a dragon just raging in what you would find in caves and who's using that cave and stuff like that. Jeremy Sheet has released Wizard Game, a first level adventure for Shadow Duck. Shadow Duck is a different game. Maybe that'll be Kelsey's first supplement for Shadow Duck. I'll suggest it to her. Where you challenge a wizard to a game of skill and wits, and you think, oh, man, it's going to be just harmless. This wizard's challenging me to a game of skill and wits. But in always, when situations like these, it ends up biting you in the keister. Never challenge a god to a game of skills or wits. Not enough Shadow Duck for you? Pedro Avenue has a rules expansion for Shadow Duck called Homebase Rules for Stronghold and Settlements. Because that's a big thing lately, is strongholds and settlements for your various games. Urban Sunrise has brought us If It's the Thought That Counts. It is a found journal immersive exercise role-playing game, a system agnostic one-shot. Okay. Stratton Games brings us RPG Doomed, about an adventure through the Northwest Passage where you play the characters who are on the infamous Franklin expedition, attempting to find the Northwest Passage and knowing that you're probably going to be doomed. Oh, yeah, that sounds like a fun one-shot role-playing game. Let's all play people on the Franklin expedition. Guess what's going to happen to us? We're going to die unless we can somehow rewrite history. Maybe in the role-playing version, they actually succeed in finding the Northwest Passage. Nate Berner brings us What Empires Are Not. Okay, wait, what's this? Nate Berner brings us a spaghetti western about vampires called A Fistful of Draculas. Repo Error Games brings us a adventure called Bats in the Belfry, where you play members of a bat colony trying to save your fellow sky puppies from randomly generated threats. Bats. You play bats. And you have to go out every night and kill and eat insects and keep your fellow bat members safe from all the things that are out there to trying to make bats lifespans a little bit shorter. Bats are amazing. We need bats, but bats get such a bad rep. Light Press Media brings us Dice and Discontent Volume 3, a punk ethos RPG game. It is a collections of essays and adventure stuff to add more punk to your game. Okay, I'm gonna let this one go. Now, normally this would be where I'd get on my little soapbox and complain about people using that word, but I'm gonna try and start the year off in a positive note. So we're just gonna ignore that. We're just gonna ignore the using punk to make your game sound cool. Random Order Creations brings us another zine called Black Pudding Volume 8, which is a zine of various stuff for different OSR campaign thingies like Labyrinth Lord, Old School, Basic Fantasy, etc., etc., etc. Just sort of a zine of character options and items and adventures and random tables and just these typical adventure zine for the OSR, because zines are cool. Meanwhile, heading over to the DM's Guild, Reich Ebehan, Ryek first name, Ebenhahn second name, brings us a guide to creating 5e half races. Because if you wanted to ever question, well, what else is out there besides half elves and half orcs? This guy answers with, why stop there? Why not half carrots? E.S. Moore released SJDC-ARQ-02, The Farland Mayhem, a 4-hour Tier 1 adventure for adventure level 3 taking place in Starfinder Spelljammer. So a 4-hour Tier 1 character optimized for APL 3 taking place in Spelljammer. That probably means something to you if you're in the Adventurers League. And Ting Yun has released SJDC-TTUC-04, I Want a Gift for Winter Solstice, where it's a murder mystery, and you are going to have to take place in also Spelljammer, but this one's got some holiday theming, and it's based upon the song I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. Christopher Hemmel also brings us a holiday-themed encounter called Kiamin's Gingerbread Cookies. Enjoy a fun winter encounters that keep you warm for the holidays. The holidays are over, Christopher, but thank you. Now, Lightning Run. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 new maps. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 brand new subclasses, which are, of course, totally pointless. Well, no, you have till February. Then apparently that is when the official switchover happens. And then all the stuff that they have on the DM's Guild is no longer canon with D&D 2024. But for now, you've got a month. So if you ever wanted to use any of these, you still can. Moving on to sales. Oh, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Dark Winter saying us Happy New Year. Itch.io's having their end of the year bundle, kind of not really bundle sale. Basically, you can get up to 10 games for $50 or get one game for $10. Weird, but whatever. D&D Beyond has their year-end sale. We said we would see this. It is 40% off. This sale ends January 4th, and it's pretty much every adventure, including some recent stuff like Chris Estrade. Weird that they would want to be getting rid of all the digital adventures, right? There's also the third-party material on Dungeon Masters Guild end of the year sale with over 200 items marked down 40%. Several of them also be able to be used on Roll20. Weird that DM's Guild would be selling off a ton of stuff for 5e. Paizo still has their holiday sale going on where you can get 10% off anything you purchase from the Paizo. I'm going to pronounce it wrong just for the hell of it because I know it pisses people off. The code is holiday24, and it goes for pretty much anything except for subscriptions, back orders, Foundry, or non-Paizo, Piazzo stuff. Itch.io has a second winter sale, which is completely different than the first winter sale. Hundreds of items are up to 100% off through January 5th, ranging from things that are normal run-of-the-mill, like Cyberpunk, all the way out to the weird stuff, like the one where you role-play a girl trying to transition into a horse, which I'm not even going to touch. Blah, blah, blah. EM Publishing has collected the 12-part epic adventure War of the Burning Sky, both as a PDF bundle and a softcover collection. This campaign takes players all the way up to 19th level, where they are placed in an apocalyptic battle for the control of the entire world. It's never anything small. It's never just, hey, let's save the world from contaminated chicken. Something simple. $87 gets you the entire PDF collection. Or if you want to give them $146, you get the entire PDF collection and the softcover mailed to you. And finally, Sea Vandal. Sea Vandal has some maps for you. These maps include both fantasy maps and sci-fi type maps, and they come in various different formations of gridded, non-gridded, stuff like that. That's $16. Bundles! Bundle. Happy New Year, Nerdy Ogre. Happy New Year, Cat Monroe. Happy New Year, Marcus Cecilius. Happy New Year, Dark Winter. Happy New Year, OGGM. Thanks for stopping by this morning. Blah, 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 blah. Bundles. Bundle of Holding brings us Gauntless Publishing's Trophy bundle. This is based upon the Trophy, TROPHY RPG game. That is a series of psychological horror adventures. $10 is the most popular pledge. It goes to support the Diana Jones Award Emerging Designer Program. Are we still mad at them? I don't think we're mad at them anymore. I mean, it's kind of hard to be mad at a company that loses its own prize in the mail and hasn't gotten around to making a new one. Monty Cook Games brings us a bundle for Numenor. First, we have the Numenor Discovery Bundle, which includes all the core rulebooks for Numenor. It's $20. It's direct relief. It ends January 9th. It's available on Bundle of Holding. Then there is, of course, the Numenor Horizons Bundle, which features a whole bunch of supplements for Numenor and adventures for Numenor. It's $15. It ends on January 9th, and it is also direct relief. Free League has a hodgepodge core rule books collection, link down below, featuring stuff for Dragonbane, Year Zero, Coriolis, Mutant Year Zero, and some other stuff. $20. This ends January 4th, and it goes to direct relief. Mongoose Publishing has a Traveler second edition starter set bundle on Humble Bumble. It's $18. It goes to direct relief. It ends January 9th. And it features all the stuff you would need to start playing a Traveler type game using Traveler second edition. They also have the Mercenaries bundle for $13. That ends January 9th. Again, direct relief. And this includes all sorts of stuff for the mercenary campaign or specifically running a mercenary type campaign in the Traveler universe. We have a Blades in the Dark collection for $15. That ends January 3rd. It goes to support the Diana Jones Emerging Designer Program. It includes all sorts of stuff designed for Blades in the Dark and Blades in the Dark adjacent type games. You know Blades in the Dark, right? We've all heard about Blades in the Dark. The highly Happy New Tears from Dice Tales. Blades in the Dark, right? We all know it, right? I mean, considering how many games were inspired by Blades in the Dark last year and the year before, by now we've all heard about Blades in the Dark, right? And it's not like there is a recent tabletop role-playing game failure that came out that was based upon Blades in the Dark called Candela Obscura, right? I mean... Steve Jackson Games, our old friends at Steve Jackson Games, has the Dungeon Fantasy Starter Collection, the GURPS Fantasy powered game. It's GURPS Fantasy, but with a brand new name. The entire collection of Dungeon Fantasy Starter Collection marked down to $18. It goes to support direct relief, and that ends January 24th. Evil Genius Game has released their 2023 Cinematic Adventure RPG. This is all the supplements they got for Everyday Heroes, including Escape from New York, Crow, Kong Skull Island, Universal Soldier, Rambo, Total Recall, Highlander, and Pacific Rim. So you can finally have that Godzilla versus Pacific Rim crossover you've always dreamt about. Does that mean there's stats for TJ Storm? $18 is the most popular pledge. It goes to Game Heads, and that bundle ends on January 13th. There's a bundle of battle maps for various VTTs available. $18 is the most popular pledge. Or if you can go to $25 and also get a subscription to a VTT of your choice. That goes to One Tree Planted. Didn't the guy who started the One Tree Planted charity drive recently say, okay, stop planting trees? Did I misread that? I think I read a thing the other day about the guy who first started the whole tree thing saying, okay, we've planted enough. Sir, no, you haven't. There's the Pathfinder 2nd Edition Legacy Bundle still over on Paizo. This goes to support literacy campaigns. $25 is the most popular press. You get pretty much everything that was ever released for Pathfinder 2nd Edition Legacy, because that's what they're calling it now, since now there's Pathfinder 2 2nd Edition Remastered Core Electric Boogaloo Son of Kong. Well, we still have Pathfinder 2, which is now referred to as, I guess, Pathfinder 2 Legacy. And that's $25. And that's it. Links down below to the ones I think are worth your time. And but generally, as always, don't listen to me. Go and pick up whatever you want. And let me know what you pick up and what you think about it. These are all available on Drive-Thru, DM's Guild, and of course, Bundle of Holding and Humble Bumble. Bundle of Holding and Humble Bumble. And that's it for the first round of sales, charity stuff, and freebies for our hobby. As we do every week on Monday, we visit this list. And thanks always, ENWorld, for presenting me with the list that I just basically copy and paste from you guys. So really greatly appreciate ENWorld for providing me all the information for the stuff that I do for you guys every week. That's it. Have a great day. We'll be back momentarily. Until then, take a deep breath, appreciate the spring air, because it looks like spring's already here, and ponder what we're going to do in 2024.